Well, we heard from Nebraska head coach Matt Rule as his team gets ready for a big game this week against USC as the Huskers search for their first win over a ranked opponent since 2016. Hi, Sean Callahan with HuskerOnline. And first and foremost, Matt Rule continued to talk about the great fight his team showed to get the win over Northwestern.
So I'm proud of the guys, proud of their resolve. Excited for this week. Obviously an excellent USC football team coming in here, ranked team. We all know the atmosphere that it'll be, and so excited to get ready for the week.
And you had a number of players battle through. Unfortunately, Teddy Prohaska, though, lost for the season, but you had guys like Rocco Spindler and Vincent Shavers battle through their own injuries and give Nebraska a great effort in the win.
So where are we at health-wise? I mean, obviously, we're down to some injuries at right tackle. Teddy's done. He won't be able to play anymore. So Gunner's banged up. So we're just going to have guys battle through, and that's what. But I also know that that's what every other team's dealing with too, and so need our guys to continue to do what they've been doing.
And running back Emmett Johnson continues his big-time season as he ranks second in the Big Ten right now in total rushing yards.
I mean, Emmett's the only guy I think he's the only Power 4 player in the country that would have 1,000 yards from scrimmage right now, second in the Big Ten in rushing, and the more opportunities he gets, he seems to get stronger and stronger and stronger. So I mean, we went out there Sunday night and practiced. We didn't walk through; we practiced. Our guys are mentally tough. They'll have to be for the team that's coming in. I can promise you that, because this is a really good football team.
Then on the defensive side of the ball last week, we saw Matt Rule play a lot of young defensive linemen, and he said it was based on just some of the things they've seen throughout the week.
We felt like there's some guys just watching practice. I'll talk about the D-line first. I'll go back. We felt like there's some guys just watching practice that deserve to play more. Just based upon their effort in practice, and just you start to get guys banged up and worn out a little bit, and so we kind of went the other way. Just said, hey, we're going to put these guys in. Guys like David Huff can get in there, and they get pressure on the quarterback. Cade Petchock deserves to play more, and so it wasn't really, hey, these guys we don't play them as much. It was just more like, hey, let's send some waves. We knew Northwestern was going to run the football, and so we wanted to reward guys who've been practicing at a high level. We believe in practice. Our guys do a great job of taking care of their bodies. Drew Hamblin, our trainer, Mitch Cholowinski, sports science, Kristen and Corey, but all the people that work underneath him. I mean, we have these infrared beds that are amazing, and I can't even get in one anymore because there's a player always waiting. So they're for them, so they should, go first, obviously. But it's just our guys are so committed to taking care of themselves. I think they also understand if you let up in terms of the way you practice. I mean, you have to be smart, but you lose your edge, and we're a team that needs to have edge. So.
As for USC, the Trojans come in led by their head coach Lincoln Riley, who Matt Rule faced off against last year and has a great history with, dating back to their time in the Big 12 Conference and even all the way back before that when Matt Rule was at Temple.
Yeah, we went against Lincoln when he was at East Carolina and I was at Temple, and he was the OC and I was the head coach. Went against him at Oklahoma, gone against him last year now. Ultimate respect for him. I think he's a great guy, first of all. A brilliant offensive mind. He's going to score no matter what. I mean, different kind of quarterbacks, drop-back quarterbacks. They had Jalen Hurts, and he's running power read. I think the last year we played him, I think around 15 QB draws in the fourth quarter against us. Like, he's just going to find a way to score points. But also, I divide college coaches up into two categories. Guys, if I see them, at a bar or a restaurant and they don't see me, that I'd walk in and say hello to, and guys I just keep walking past. And Lincoln Riley's a guy I'd go sit down with. So I think he's an awesome guy and a great coach.
And Rule has a lot of respect for some of the different things the Trojans do on offense.
I think the big thing is when you look at their offense, I mean, Coach Riley's going to adapt every year, and he's going to adapt to what you do. Like, you're in man and you pass a route off. We pass a route off, which is kind of advanced, some of the things that we're doing. I tell our guys, hey, he's going to pump that and run a corner route off of it. Like, that's how good he is. He sees what you're doing, and he adapts in game. So, the history is the history, but, he does a great job.
They'll be led by their quarterback, Jaden Maeva.
Yeah, it's difficult. Last year they were coming off a bye, and we had heard some rumblings that he was going to start. Then they said he was going to start, so we weren't sure what to get. And this week they're also coming off a bye. I love the league giving Lincoln Riley 14 days to get ready for us. Thanks, guys. I say that tongue in cheek, obviously, but that's how much respect I have for Lincoln. I think you see the quarterback. He manages the game at a really high level. He can throw the deep ball. He can move. He can run zone read. They will utilize him as a runner down in the red zone. He gets outside the pocket, can see the field. If you go back to last year, he got outside the pocket to the right that first touchdown, and touchdown. Ball got down to the 6, but he threw the ball down there. So he's just another in the long line of great quarterbacks under coach.
And finally, Saturday will be a blackout as Nebraska will come out in their all-black uniforms, night game stage on NBC. This is really what it's all about.
But yeah, our crowd will be awesome this week.
Coach, do you embrace the black uniforms and all this stuff? And when this idea comes to you, what's your reaction? Like, hey, how about the USC game? Let's go all black.
Yeah, I just always thought all black doesn't look great in the middle of the day. I think all black looks great at a blackout. And when I was at Big Ten meetings, one of the guys at NBC said, "Hey, hopefully, we're hoping to be able to see you guys at this game." So I think I told you guys early on, I think there'll be a night game. So that's why it was that. We certainly don't pick the uniform for the opponent. It's just more about, hey, what's a night game? And we knew we weren't going to have many night games, but we knew we'd have a night game this game. Yeah, I mean, this is the world of recruiting. Kids love this. When people come in, they ask if they can try this on. I mean, even in our official visit pictures, we've only ever let the committed guys wear the black jerseys, right? So it's like, hey, for you to say that, hey, I'm going to be a black shirt someday, or I'm going to be this, you've got to be committed to us. So I think, in the history of Nebraska football, when you look at a black jersey, a black shirt, I mean, who has more right to wear that than us? I remember being on the defensive staff at Albright College in 1998, and our defense wore black jerseys for practice, the starting defense, because that's what you did if you were a great defense, because that's what they did here. So, and I think our goal has been to do one all-black game every year, and just do every year. Hopefully, it'll be a little bit different uniform. We don't want to be, we want to be traditional and iconic and all those things, and have our brand be our brand. But this is something I think is just unique to the DNA of Nebraska. Now, I would not have put this in here for the press conference. I'm not even thinking about this, but they did it, so. They heard me talking. Somebody might have heard me talking about it when I walked. You heard me, Amy, talking when I walked in. Said that's stupid, but I get it, and it's going to be fun. It's going to be fun for the kids. It's going to be fun for the recruits. It's going to be fun for all those little kids that line up the tunnel walk and just sit there and dap you up 200 times as you walk in and out. Man, like they deserve to get this kind of stuff too. So, but again, it's going to come down to blocking and tackling.
Huskers get back to work here on Tuesday as they continue their preparations for the Trojans. Reporting here with the Nebraska football team in Lincoln, I'm Sean Callahan of HuskerOnline.com.